All right. I'm gonna try this again. Okay, I didn't save it. Somebody tried to FaceTime me in the last live as I was going in. Thankfully, I wasn't going live for long. But somebody tried to FaceTime me and it threw me off. So if you can hear me this time, if y'all could put a 1 in the chat and let me know, that would be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Perfect. All right, so let me just, thankfully I hadn't gotten too deep into it yet, so it's nothing for me to keep it moving and get started. Just to let you guys know again, my name is Fatima Barnes. I am a business coach for beauty brands. Thank y'all for letting me know. I exclusively help beauty brands who are really struggling to grow and get sales and visibility for their brands, and I help them learn really how to dominate their sales online without burning out to do it, without burning out on social media, without burning out going to pop-up shops, without all of these things. They're going to learn how to build a marketing machine and build a business that's going to run like a machine that is going to get them the sales and visibility they need, and make sure they get in front of the right people with the right message to start converting their followers and the people around them into sales. Okay, so that's what I do. If you are not going to be in my live training, I suggest that you sign up. You'll learn even more about me and some of my background. I've worked with over 450 businesses in over 30 industries and helped to generate $5.7 million in revenue in my corporate work, and even adding in the work that I've been doing since I've been coaching. So I take all that experience and give that to my clients. Okay, so that's just a brief intro of who I am and what I do. Excited to be here today. So we're gonna get into it. I'm feeling good. It's Black History Month. I'm on fire. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm loving all of the DMs and the people that are reaching out to me about working with me. It has been amazing in this new year. I'm so excited about the new direction that we're going. So we are going to get into it. So that's just a little bit about me. So I keep seeing 5 ways that beauty brands are really, I see a lot of people wasting their money. Thanks, Anna. I'll go ahead and pin it. I'll pin the comment. So that's the link to it. Hey, y'all, I got my wonderful, amazing self-care strategist on here. I love her. So if y'all ever hear me quoting her a lot, it's because I just respect that woman so much. So anyway, so I keep seeing 5 ways. It's 5 ways that most people, when they are stuck and stagnant in their beauty brand and they're trying to grow, they are wasting their money doing these 5 things as an attempt to grow their brand. And there's a time and a place that you do these things, right? There is a time that you invest in these investments, and then there's a time that you don't, but you have to know the difference, okay? So if your beauty brand is already stuck and stagnant, I would say do not invest in these 5 things in an attempt to change it without understanding the foundational elements that you need to work through first before you start doing that, right? So the number 1, we're going to start with number 1. The number 1 way that I see people wasting money trying to grow their brand if they're stuck and stagnant and not getting sales online is they say, let me get a new logo, website, and just redo my entire look of my business, and that should help. That should get me new customers, okay? At the end of the day, that might help you look prettier, right? But the thing about it is that, how do I put it? It's almost like if there's a house that has foundational issues, plumbing issues, mold, all of these different things, and then you say, let me just paint the house and make it look pretty, and that should fix the issue. But you still got plumbing issues, you still got foundational issues, you still got mold, and all you did was paint over it to make it pretty. It didn't change. Maybe on the outside looking in, someone would want to come in and possibly buy it because they see that it looks prettier. But then when they get in the house and they realize all of these issues, it doesn't change the foundation. It doesn't change the root cause of the issue of why people aren't buying, okay? So that is why you shouldn't spend money. Really, that shouldn't be your first thought process. Again, there is a time and a place to invest in these things, but That is not, when you invest in these things, understand the intent on that. The intent of the new logo and the website and all of these things to make the brand prettier, okay? There is a time that you would do that, but even then, if you haven't thought about a branding strategy, a branding personality, the DNA of your brand, the foundation of your brand, and you still get a new logo and website, if that new logo and website doesn't even represent what the core of your brand is, because you haven't even thought through that, again, it's still not going to translate, okay? So for those of you who are still on, put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. That getting a new logo and a new website and making your business prettier is not going to necessarily fix your sales and visibility issues. And the reason why I know this is I see it all the time. I talk to women every day, and one of the main things that they say when I ask them, what have you already done to try to solve the issue? They say, I got a new logo, I got a new website, and that is what I've done. And then, but I'm still having issues, right? A new logo on a website does not fix your issues. That's actually not even considered a rebrand, okay? Let me just give y'all a definition, okay? So branding is more than just logos and websites, right? Branding is so much deeper than that. A website and a logo and all of these things, that is just called, branding collateral. That is not necessarily branding as a whole. That's branding collateral, a part of branding, but that's not a rebrand, just getting a new logo and a website, okay? That is not going to fix the issues at the core, okay? Perfect. Thank you for letting me know, Minnie. All right, number 2. The number 2 way that I see people wasting their money trying to grow their beauty brand. And this is a big one. And this one's going to step on your toes a little bit, make you feel a little way. But it's true, and I got to say it. The second way is y'all think getting brand ambassadors, influencers, and paying for this promo with these people to rock your products is going to help you solve your sales and visibility issues, okay? I'm going to say that again. Influencers, brand ambassadors, and all these influencers and content creators, affiliate marketers, there is a time and place that you invest in that, but that is not going to fix your sales and visibility issues if you're having problems. Now, you might get more eyes on it, right? They may bring more eyes. The return on investment is not worth it in a sense, because guess what? Say you get all of them and you still have these core issues at the root that's really stopping you from getting sales and visibility. Can you handle that kind of volume in your business right now? Are you equipped for that? Do you have the systems in place? Do you have retention strategies in place? How are you going to retain all of these people? How are you going to make sure they have a great experience? Are you prepared for that? And not only that, again, return on investment. So true. Well, not because I wasted so much invested money on paid promote. Exactly. That there is a time that you will leverage them. They are meant to be leveraged for content. But if your business is already struggling and you put your money into investing in this other person, hoping they're going to get you sales, it's actually backwards, okay? I do not even recommend that my clients invest in these people, these ambassadors and these influencers and all of these different people until your business is already making money and you can afford to do that, right? Or else, again, they may bring people over there, but how are you going to retain them? Do you have a process, a strategy? Is your business equipped for that? So sometimes we got to understand, we ask for these things. We ask for, more sales, and we ask for more volume, and we ask for these things, but we're not ready to receive these things, okay? You have to be ready to receive those things. And so there is a time that you leverage them, but there's a time when that's a waste of money because I'm willing to bet you too, because I can speak from experience in my own beauty brand that I owned, where I paid money for these ambassadors, giving them free product and they're supposed to promote. Half of them don't even do what they're supposed to do. Half of them wouldn't even post when I asked them to post. So everybody suggests influencers. Exactly, because everybody don't understand business at the core, okay? They don't understand consumer behavior, psychology. There is a time that you invest in them, but there's a certain way that you leverage brand ambassadors, influencers. Again, what difference does it make if you don't have a solid foundation or systems to be ready to account for the volume, to be able to retain that traffic, to be able to capture that traffic? It makes absolutely no difference. And so the reason why everybody suggests that is because that's what they think you're supposed to be doing. It just gives you traffic. It gives you a little bit of traffic, but look at how much money you wasted. It does not guarantee sales. And I've seen so many people say they paid for this ambassador. They made $13,000 when they sent everybody their way, and then it stopped and they didn't get any more, right? Because that doesn't solve the issue. If you're going to spend, $5,000, there's another way that you can spend $2,500, $1,000 in your business that will actually propel you forward than putting it on an influencer or a brand ambassador. And that's just real. And I'm speaking from experience, okay? So that's number 2, and that one is my biggest pet peeve because everybody suggests that. And yes, they give you social proof. They humanize your brand. Again, there are ways that you leverage them, but they are not meant to give you sustainable. I'm talking about sustainability. I'm not talking about quick fixes. And all of these things that I'm talking about today are really just quick fixes that don't solve the issue that your business really needs to grow, to actually start rebuilding and building your brand. Okay, so all of these are just quick fixes. Number 3, y'all gonna hate me for this one, but I gotta say it. Number 3, you are paying for ads and boosting posts, thinking that will solve your visibility issues or your sales issues. Let's just say that it will give you visibility, but you think that if you boost your posts and you pay for these ads, that it should fix it. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a big believer in paid advertising, but when it's the right time and with the right strategy. If you just boost and post and just running ads and paying money to do that in an attempt to get sales for your business that are consistent without a strategy behind it, you're wasting your money. If you have boosted posts, okay, and if you paid for promo, let me know in the chat if you have, and has it solved your issue? Just let me know. Let's just keep it real. Okay? If you don't have a strategy behind it, and again, if your business is struggling already, then how are you going to expect that to fix the issue? Okay? Let me give y'all a little tea on what I mean by that. Okay? So there's 3 different types of audiences. You have hot audiences, warm audiences, and you have cold audiences. When you run ads on and boost posts using Facebook and Instagram or any other kind of ads, right? That is running ads to cold traffic. People who do not know you, know nothing about your brand, don't trust you yet, okay? Exactly. Too many times it never sells. I would boost promo and still no new customers. I'm about to tell you why, okay? The reason why that happened, Minnie, is because, and you're in the program, so you're going to learn a lot more about this. You're a client, so you're going to learn more about this. You just started, but it's going to come. So let me tell you why. Those customers that you are running ads to are cold audiences. They don't know you yet. They don't trust you yet, okay? If you can't sell to the people who are warmer audiences or who are hot, which is the people who've already been following you, who've already seen you, who've already engaged with you, and there's so many reasons why Facebook would disable your ads. Honestly, it could be so many reasons why. But if you are not getting sales with organic traffic, with people who are already warm on you, already aware of your brand, already see you, if they're not buying, something is wrong. Something is wrong at the root, okay? And because they're warm, these people should naturally be a lot quicker to buy from you. So they're already warm. So something is wrong. So what you're doing is then you're taking that problem that's wrong and you're advertising it on a larger scale to people who even really don't know you or really don't have anything to do with your brand, okay? And so you're asking them to now buy. So if these people who are warm and hot is not buying, a cold audience definitely isn't going to buy. Okay? So let me just put that in perspective again. You got the 3 audience types: hot, cold, and warm. Right now, what you are pretty much working with, your followers, the people who you know, etc., those are your warm and hot audiences. They're already somewhat aware of your brand. If they aren't buying, when you start paying for ads and running ads into cold traffic with people who really don't know you, it is not going to work. Not only that, there is a strategic strategy to running ads properly, that when you run ads to cold traffic, you have to have a strategy that closes the loop, okay? And without that, again, you're going to still struggle because you have no strategy behind the ads. You're just boosting posts and just paying for these ads, thinking that's going to solve the issue. Okay, glad it makes sense, maybe, because that's the biggest problem that I see is I'm going to spend my money paying for these Facebook and Instagram ads. But again, you don't have a strategy. You don't have a strategy behind it. And again, your business, if it's not selling to warm audience with people who already know you, it's not going to sell to people who don't know you. Okay, because your warmer audiences, they're going to show a little bit more grace anyway, as is, than somebody who doesn't know you. A warmer audience is going to show more grace. Your brand, they'll be a little bit more gracious and say, I'll still support, whatever. But somebody that don't know you, child, it got to be on point before they're willing to support. And that's what's happening when you're running ads. Okay. So that is another thing that I see, is that people are wasting money boosting posts, paying for ads with no strategy, thinking that will fix their sales issues. Okay, it will give you traffic, it will give you visibility, but it will not translate into sales if at the root there is something wrong in your business. Okay, so that is number 3. Let me know if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat and let me know if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, you said ever since I joined. You're going to learn, since you're already a client, meaning you're going to learn when to do paid ads and how to properly do them. But right now, you don't need to be doing them anyway, right? So, because we got some work to do. So, good to know. All right, the number 4 way. This one is a big one that I see people wasting their money trying to grow their brand. And this one gonna step on some toes, and I really don't care because I gotta keep it real with y'all. Getting social media managers. I'm gonna say that again. Getting social media managers. Okay? A social media manager is there to help you grow your following, help you grow your Instagram or Facebook, help you get more visibility on your page, but they don't fix the root cause and problem of your business. 90% of them, okay, they are paid to help you grow a following. I don't believe in necessarily growing your following. I think that comes secondary on social media. I believe in the way that I teach, in my philosophy, is that you turn those followers into dollars, into sales, because a like and a follow don't pay the bills. It don't pay the bills. I can assure you, when I had a beauty brand, it was 6 figures and I had 1,800 followers. Likes and follows don't grow the bills. They don't. The hashtags, all that kind of stuff, that's what social media managers do. They create posts and content for you and all of that. But they don't teach you business strategies. They don't have business acumen. They can't teach you necessarily how to effectively grow your brand. They can give you a great social media strategy and they can post for you and they can do all of these different things. But if you don't know at the root cause of your problem, that is a waste of money, and there's a time that you do that. There's a time that you invest in these things. But again, you should not be investing in a social media manager to fix your problem, because what they're doing is they're going to show you how to fix your Instagram problem of getting more followers and sales and the perfect hashtags, and they're going to post for you, but they don't know a full they can't, most of them, not all of them, but they don't know the full strategy of, again, actual business concepts, okay? And this is somebody who's been studying business for years. This is what I do. I went to school for this. I not only went to school for this, I ran multiple businesses. I'm an entrepreneur through and through. I always knew I wasn't meant to work for somebody for forever, okay? That's just me. So I know business. I know business at the core. And most of the time, social media managers, they know social media. And that's their thing, and that's their sweet spot, and they will teach you how to grow a following. But I want to teach you how to grow a business and run a business that's sustainable long term, and how to grow dollars, okay? Coin. I don't care about how many followers you got. I say this all the time, but most of my clients have all of them pretty much have less than 10,000 followers, and I can guarantee you, okay? I can guarantee you that they sell out regularly. One of my clients, she literally had 50 followers when she sold out of her inventory in pre-orders. In just pre-orders and sales, like just pre-orders. She sold out of inventory with 50 followers, okay? I would much rather you have 50 followers, okay, and sell out than to have 5,000 followers and you can't sell a thing. And I know this because I get on the phone every day with women on these breakthrough sessions. They may have 8,000, 6,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and some of them still say they ain't made a sale in 6 months. Okay? In 6 months. So she said the Insider Beauty brand said she helps many brands get into stores and see. Okay, again, I got my approach, and this is the thing about that. I'm not against influencers and brand ambassadors, okay? I teach a time and a place to leverage them in your business and the intent behind leveraging them in your business. I do even have a live about that. There is a time that you leverage them in your business, but if your business is not set up properly, okay, it is like putting a Band-Aid over your problem and thinking it's going to fix it. It's other things that you have to do at the core, at the foundation. If you don't have the right messaging, if you don't have the right strategy, if you don't have the right branding, if you don't have all of these there's so many other ingredients that, again, if you want to get into stores, okay, that's one thing. I teach people how to dominate online and how to get sales consistently every day, okay? But again, there is a time that you will get influencers. But if you get influencers, I talk to people who pay for influencers every day, and you get sales, do you have systems and strategies, okay, to make sure that you can retain those customers? So I'm more than likely, if she's helping you get into stores and she's helping you get influencers, all that, she should be teaching you a full strategy to make sure that you can retain those customers, okay? So getting influencers is a waste of money without investing in the right social foundation first. It's like building a house. You don't start putting the shingles on the roof until the house, you don't start putting that on there. You don't start painting the house unless it's been built and unless the foundation is solid. That's what I mean. Those are pretty paintings, those are things that you do, but there's a time. So that's why I say that there's a time, right? You paint the house after the house is built. So that's exactly why I do not recommend doing that just yet. Okay, so I just left her. It was just okay. But yeah, but she should be teaching a full strategy and looping everything around, and not, again, some people give quick solutions, and that's where I'm different. I don't believe in that. I believe in sustainability. I believe in, let me teach you the real. I ain't giving no quick strategies. Those are quick fixes. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for letting me know that, because I see that all the time, and people say that, people are telling them that, and I'm like, that's backwards. So that's why I said mine gonna be counterintuitive for a lot of people. The number 5 one that I see that people waste their money on, and this is gonna sound so backwards and counterintuitive, but it's true. Buying marketing courses, cheap $27, $37, $9.97, all these cheap marketing courses and ads courses, and And I know you're like, what? Don't you sell a course? I don't sell a course, I sell a program. It's a difference, okay? A course is just a bunch of information that you got to try to figure out how to implement on your own. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in half strategies. And most marketing courses and most of those cheap courses and all of that kind of stuff, they give you half strategies, okay? The reason why I say half strategies is because they say, I'm going to teach you marketing. And they're teaching you promo, right? I'm going to teach you marketing. I'm going to teach you how to put your business out there. They ain't teaching you none of the foundational work. They're not really teaching you how to really build a business that is going to sustain and that's going to last. And so then what they do is they teach you half strategies. They teach you just how to promote and get your business out there. But what if your business is not set up right and you put it out there? What are you putting out there? So let me just give it to you this way. Marketing it consists of 5 pillars, 5 elemental pillars, okay? Promotion is just one, okay? It is just one. And most marketing courses, they're only really teaching you mostly one, and that's promotion. What good does it do to promote something that is still having problems at the foundation, at the source, okay? What good does it do to promote what you promoting? A house, again, I use the house as an example. A house with mold and foundational issues, but you painted it up and made it real pretty and then you just started promoting it. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money to invest in cheap courses. Again, there's times that you invest in those, right? If there's very specific, something very small and specific that you need in that moment. Like maybe you want to buy a $27 course that'll just teach you how to find the perfect hashtags. Okay, you can kind of get with that. But don't think that that's going to change the trajectory of your entire business, because it's not meant to. Cheap courses is not meant to. They're meant to serve a certain purpose, but they are not meant to give you a full transformation and solve all of your issues with a $27 course. And this is coming from a coach. And I got one $27 course. And one thing that I put in there at the beginning of that course is, do not expect this to change the trajectory. This is going to solve this one problem that you're having. It does not fix all of your issues. Okay, so cheap courses, and especially all these marketing courses, they're teaching you half strategies. They're not teaching you business acumen. They're not teaching you how to run a business properly, how to think like a boss, so that you, like I tell my clients all the time, I don't want you to always need me. I want you to learn and build a business that is built around you, not copy and paste strategies. I'm not giving you no copy and paste one size fits all strategies. And that's what a lot of these marketing courses are doing. They're giving you these one size fits all copy paste strategies, saying implement this, and this is a marketing course. And then you're wondering why you invested all this money in this marketing course and your business is still stuck in the same boat, and then you feel like, I will never invest again in another coach or another course because that didn't work. It's because it was a half strategy, okay? So let me just tell y'all, let me recap first, and then I'm going to tell y'all where your efforts should be measured. And we're going to get more into this in the live. If you're not signed up for the live webinar, you need to. I think I closed it, but if I need to open up a few more spots, I will, okay? So number 1 is thinking that a new logo and a new website and all of that is going to fix and solve your sales issues, okay? That's number 1, where you're wasting your money. Time and a place, okay? Number 2, paying for brand ambassadors, influencers, and really not understanding the intent of how to leverage them, when to leverage them in your business for sales and to grow. Number 3, you're boosting posts and paying for ads without a full strategy or understanding of business, and your goal, and you're thinking that it's going to grow your business, okay? So you're paying for these brand ambassadors, and you think you're going to do it, or you're paying for all these ads and you're thinking that's going to fix the issue, okay? Then number 4, social media managers. You're thinking that a social media manager is going to solve your business issues. They're going to solve your Instagram issues or your Facebook issues so that you get more followers, but they don't always give you the full structure of learning how to turn those followers into dollars, okay? And that's what we care about. We don't care about the vanity metric that is followers, okay? And likes and comments. They don't pay the bills. And then the last piece of that is you're buying cheap courses or marketing courses, especially the ones that's not even specific to beauty brands, because let me not even get into that, right? You're buying all these cheap courses or all these marketing courses and you're saying it didn't work and I'll never buy courses again. They don't work and you are stuck still. And let me just give you guys the difference between a course and a program so that you set your expectations. Cheap courses, $27 courses aren't meant to give you transformation. Courses are strictly, I'm giving you information. You have to figure out how to implement that information. A program, which is going to cost more money, but in the long run be more beneficial, a good one is there to work with you as a partnership to help you implement the information correctly and make sure that you know how to effectively do the strategies, and we're going to make sure that those strategies are tailored toward you. So it's a big difference. The amount of one-on-one or the amount of closeness that you get to that coach depends on if you're just buying a course or if you're actually investing into a program, because there is a big difference. Okay, so that is the 5 things that you're wasting money. So let me just kind of pull it and bring it back full circle, because I know you guys are like, well, what am I supposed to be investing my money in and so forth. Okay, so here's the thing. If you are doing all of these things and you're spending all of your money in this stuff and your sales still have not grown as a result, or maybe you got a few little sales but you haven't been able to sustain it, your business, more than likely, there is a foundational issue, meaning you don't have a clear niche, a clear message, clear branding. And again, branding is not just websites, logos, and all of that, right? It's so much deeper than that. Then you don't have the right strategies, okay? You don't have the right strategies that actually account for consumer behavior, for the psychology in which a customer goes through the buying process. My entire program is built off the psychology, the mental psychology that a customer goes through, and my strategies that I teach are built around that, okay? Not only that, you're marketing just like everybody else, because your business, you're getting these cookie-cutter strategies from all of these marketing courses and these gurus that's telling everybody the same thing, and they're not putting this in perspective for you and your business, and they're also not teaching you actual business practices and fundamentals and business acumen and being able to make business decisions and really understanding the core. Again, consumer behavior, all of these things plays a part. So they're giving you cookie cutter strategies and you end up looking like every other beauty brand out there because you do the same thing that everybody else is doing. They're not teaching you how to build a business or a brand that's authentic to you, that's built around your core, your uniqueness, so your brand looks like everybody else's, and then you're stuck and you're stagnant because the customer doesn't know what's the difference between you or her that's selling body butter, or you and her that's selling wigs, or you and her that's selling bundles. If your business is not built to stand out and it is not sustainable, it doesn't have the right strategies, it doesn't have those pieces first, okay, you should be able to sell organically without having a lot of followers consistently. And when you get to that, then you start scaling up with ads and social media managers because you have the core of your business built out the right way. If it's not built out the right way, and then you go and you invest in all of these things, you're going to waste your money. When if you get the right strategies on the front end, you find somebody that builds it out properly for you, that builds out your systems. Again, I believe in building marketing machines for you, but you gotta have that foundation first. And anybody in my program know, and if Minnie is still on here, I know she said it's going in and out, she knows that I do not believe in just giving you marketing strategies. In fact, you don't even learn paid ads and promo and all that kind of stuff till towards the end, until we make sure that you're solid first. We make sure your messaging is right and you know how to say it and what to say and when to say to psychologically entice a customer to want to buy from you. Then my strategies, when we get into that, then you're going to build a marketing machine that's going to market for you 24/7 a day without you having to worry or wonder if you got the right strategies, if you got the right messaging, if you're in front of the right people. But I'm not going to just give you no cookie cutter strategies, and that's why you are stuck. You got all these cookie cutter strategies. You hear everybody tell you to market the same way as everybody else, and you're not standing out and you're not getting sales because you look like everybody else and you're marketing like everybody else. You don't look unique because your business is not built on the right foundation. Okay? So that is truly the problem. But it's hard for me to diagnose everybody's root cause just on one live, right? So, I can kind of do it, but I can't, it's impossible to do. That's why I like to work closely with my clients on their business, because we're going to get to the root. We're going to rebuild you. We're going to get to the root, and I'm going to teach you how to properly launch a business, because making an announcement is not a launch, right? Most people work on their business and they work about, I'm moving in silence, honey. I'm moving in silence. When you launch, you can't move in silence. It's not how it works. I'm moving in silence. I'm working on this business in the background. Then I'm going to just say, everybody buy from me. I'm here. I started this new business. That's not a launch. You get a website. That's not a launch, right? Again, those are the kind of concepts that people aren't teaching out there. And that is why I pride myself on having a smaller group of women that I work with, who we work together and who we make sure that they are built correctly, okay? Because everybody is not doing that. And I hate that, and I hate to see it, but it's true. And there's so many people out there telling you this and telling you that, and they're not telling you the right things. And again, now you're stuck. So you gotta get to the roots, okay? Anybody got any questions? I can take questions for another, I can take a question for another 5 minutes. If you got a question, drop it. Let me answer it. But it's impossible for me to really talk to everybody, like understand your root cause. But I can tell you there is a root cause. And more than likely it has to do with your messaging, has to do with your branding. And I'm not talking logo and website alone. That may play a part in it. It has to do every bit to do with the way your business is built out, and the foundations and the structures and the strategies. And if all you had was the right strategies and not these cookie cutter, everybody do the same thing strategies, then you look like everybody else. And that's just what it is. Makes so much sense. I'm literally understanding where I went wrong. Exactly. And and we're going to be working together. You know what I'm saying? You're going to continue to go through. You just started the program with me. And so you're going to start to really, really understand more and more as you continue to work, as we're building that foundation together. So I'm excited to work with you on that, because I know you've been having that issue for a while. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? I'm glad that it gave you clarity, Minnie, on what's went wrong. Exactly. Because that's a big problem that I see everybody have. These cookie cutter strategies, that stuff ain't meant to sustain a business at all. Don't be shy if you got a question. Drop it. It's not, I want everybody to feel like they got some value or got something out of this today. Okay? I want everybody to, okay, perfect. Exactly. That's the root cause of it all. And so that's why I don't want people wasting their money, because before you know it, you look up, you done spent $3,000 trying to do all of this stuff and figure out how to fix the issue, and then only to find out that it still didn't work. When if you can work with someone in the beginning who knows what they're doing and get the right strategies and pay that same amount of money up front, but actually see a return on your investment. I tell you all the time, a lot of my clients say, I was a little nervous about investing at this level in my business, and I done already made all of my money back, right? You know what I'm saying? It's about understanding proper investments. And the proper investments is to invest in a holistic strategy, not half strategies, not a little strategy here, a little strategy there. Get real strategies, get real help. Work with somebody who knows what they're doing, who's been where you are, who has the experience, that's going to guide you on this is where your money is well spent. Because then after you work with me and you understand at the core everything that you need to understand, if you want to get a social media manager, it would make sense because you can guide them on the direction and it goes with the flow of your overall strategy. If you want to get influencers at that point, it would make sense because now you can understand the way that content should be done psychologically to get someone from a follower to dollars, right? So you can guide them on better, this is who I want to invest in, and this is how I want to leverage brand ambassadors for content in my business, because you understand the strategy behind that. If you want to then start scaling up with a marketing course that's meant for scaling, or ads course that's meant for scaling, even though I already teach that, but maybe as you continue to grow, you might want to need somebody to help you scale from 6 figures to 7 figures, then you can do that and it makes sense. Then you can run ads in a way that makes sense with the proper strategy of saying, I'm going to pay to run these ads, but I understand how to close that loop. I understand where the ads fit in the grand scheme of the overall strategy. But if you don't understand where the ads fit in the overall strategy, and you're just paying to boost them, paying for this and paying for that, again, now you're wasting your money, and now we're back in the same boat that we were in. But if you want to outsource these things, as you already have a proper strategy, you already have all of this, it makes sense at that point, because you're just outsourcing to get your time back. You're not thinking that these are quick fixes or band-aids to grow your business, okay? So that's my biggest thing, and I'm only saying this stuff because I care about y'all, because I've been where you are, and I spent my money doing all of these things before I really got the right help to grow my business. So that is pretty much that. I did open it up for Q&A. While I go ahead and close it out, if you got a question, drop it in the chat. I'm definitely more than happy to answer them. Don't be shy. I don't bite. I'm very passionate, so you might confuse my passion. But no, I don't bite. I'm just passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping people who have been in this boat, have went through this and do this. You know, like, I'm passionate about that. So I take it very seriously. So I'm passionate when I speak about it. But it's all in love, because I need for you guys to start really understanding the proper way to really start growing your business. And I've been down that path of nowhere, of just constantly paying for these things. All right. So again, if you have not signed up for the live webinar, baby, this is nothing compared to how deep we're going to go in that live training that we're going to do on February the 10th. If you are not signed up, okay, so what about an item that I sell has sold out, but my customer wants it, so I invest right now to make that particular item to please that customer. Okay, so Minnie, there's something that's called boundaries in business, okay? So you don't want to burn yourself out for dollars, as I call it. And you also this is why you have to get a proper strategy and system in place as well, because that is also to protect you from things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times this is what happens when you don't have a proper strategy. You don't know when your next customer is coming from. So you get so desperate for money that you allow yourself to be in a situation where you're running off track for someone to give just so that you can make a quick dollar. But if you had a proper strategy, and then you had a system you're never like, I'm worried about where my next customer's from. See, that comes from desperation. That comes when you operate your business out of desperation, because you're desperate for customers. So you find yourself just doing anything to get a sale. And that's what happens. But if you got a right system, your customers are flowing in and out and in and out and in and out. You're waking up to orders. So one customer saying, do this for me, if you know that's not the right business decision right now at this time, is not going to have you doing that. So that's why I'm big on not operating your business out of desperation, because when you do, you lack boundaries, you lack making business decisions based off data, facts, what makes sense, and you make business decisions based off of your emotions and saying, I just need a sale. This is a sale. I'm excited to get a sale, so I'm gonna just do whatever, right? So that's what happens. Does that make sense, Minnie? That's why I don't believe in operating your business from that space, because when you get desperate for customers, you put up with anything, and you set the tone for how they will respect you in your business, and you set the tone for how they're going to treat you and how they're going to move. Because then it's her now, but what do you do when it's 10 people that's saying, just do this one thing for me, just do this for me? You don't want to be in that space. So I'm glad that you and I are going to be working together closely, because you're going to see that that's not how I believe in operating at all. We're not operating out of desperation, and that's why the clients who work for me, that's why we set all of this stuff up properly, because I don't want my clients operating out of desperation where you do anything for $1. When if you know that you're gonna have customers flowing in and out, you ain't worried about. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you will please your customers as a collective, but one customer isn't gonna have me exactly. Just let her know. You let her know you'll have a restock soon if it makes sense. But if it's just this one person and it doesn't make sense, or you're not even planning on selling this, then you gotta make that decision for you. You know what I'm saying? What makes sense for the business, and take your emotion out of it. Now, if it's somebody, again, if it don't cost you or if it don't hurt you, to go ahead and make a small batch for her, if that's what you feel, I say do what you feel from the heart if it feels good. But if it's like you feel icky about it or begrudge, no, don't do it. That's because you're excited to get a sale, right? And I get that. But if you didn't plan on restocking it right now, because obviously you're going through the program right now at the very beginning, so you're about to learn about, your product suite and stuff like that. If you didn't plan on restocking that at all, I would not waste the money just for that. Like, let her know, hey, right now I don't have a restock on this. I'll let you know an estimated date, but here are some other products that you might like, that you might try, that I have in stock. Because let me tell you something, when they go to Target or Walmart or wherever they go, and if Walmart don't have that product, Walmart just ain't got that product. They, even online, it'll say notify me when you're gonna be restocking, but Walmart ain't finna say, let me go ahead and just do this one product for this one customer. And so that's another problem that a lot of small businesses have, is they run their business based off of small thinking. You have to think globally. Nobody gonna do that to Target, Walmart, or anybody else. So don't run your business that way. Just because you don't have that kind of money yet, or your business isn't at that level yet, don't run it. You need to be running your business like that now. Because how are you going to be open to receiving that, and moving that way if you operating your business thinking small? No, think like that. And that's just what it is. So that's just how it gotta be. Perfect. Okay. Good. You got understanding on that. But anyway, I am having a live training. It's going to be a full training plus Q&A, so you can bring your questions. We're going to get a little bit deeper into some of these concepts and a little bit deeper into this. And we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be February the 10th at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not signed up, I will go ahead. I believe it is pinned in the comments where you can, the link to actually sign up for that training, or the link is in my bio. Make sure you're there, and make sure you're there with questions and a pen and paper, because I'm gonna keep it real. We're gonna get into it. There is no okay, she said, thanks so much for giving me clarity on how to handle. No problem. There is no here, buy my course and here's the credit card information at the end. We're not doing none of that. I'm just dropping gems, giving y'all clarity, giving you the right, giving you some understanding of more of the root and what's going wrong in your business. And if it makes sense, only if it makes sense, just like any other time I do anything. If you want to get on my calendar and we talk one-on-one about what's going on specifically for you and what's your problems, I do free discovery calls. We can get on a discovery call if it makes sense, and we can talk a little bit more about it then. But I'm not doing that on the live training. It's just straight gems, and it's just, again, if it makes sense and you want to work together, then we go from there. But I don't operate out of that either. Like I was telling y'all, out of desperation, I don't operate my business out of that either. I know the women who want to work with me or are drawn to work with me, they're going to work with me. So I don't believe in doing all of that. So it's not one of those fluffy webinars that's not going to be valuable, that's not going to give you what you need to know. So make sure you're signed up. The link is in the comments or in my bio. And we're going to talk on February the 10th. I believe I am going live again on Thursday at 3:00 p.m. and it is actually going to be a live, since it's close to Valentine's Day, with a fellow, really a colleague, I guess you could say, of mine, and I'm really excited about that. So we're going to be talking about, we're actually going to get a little bit more personal and really talk about some cool things. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see y'all for sure next week, but I will go live again on Tuesday before the training on Thursday as well. So I will see y'all then. Y'all have a good one. DM me if you got shy and didn't want to ask questions on the live. Go ahead and shoot me a DM in my comments and let's talk and get on my calendar. So y'all have a good one.